And my argument against why guys should pay for dates has always been like, look, girls take hours to get ready. Our investment is looking really nice for you. Makeup, clothes, that costs money too. But we were both girls.
What?
Gonna take a lot for me to stop and administer a sentence so sentimental, the sinister cynical, sit a minute for cynicism, a sim superior. Defeat or diminish your demographics and dereliction and damage your dealings is demonstrating your fear of it's like, oh baby, I pray the Lord for my patience. I don't wanna lose myself in my hatred. I just wanna love the life that you gave me. I just wanna live my life.
What's up, Kata Crew? It's your boy Troy Anthony.
And Kriste Alexa.
And we're back with another video.
For your head tops.
For your head tops. Today, guys, the topic of discussion is from a video from Anna Akana. I think that's how you say her name. Anna Akana?
Anna Akana.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anna Akana? Anna Akana? That's where my mind went. She felt that through her experience of dating women, it allowed her to understand men more.
Okay.
I thought that it was something that we could deep dive into because you'll be able to get a male and female perspective on this topic.
Yes.
I'll be giving you the male perspective, and Kriste will be giving you her very unique female perspective because all women don't think alike and all men don't think alike either. But we're gonna let you know what we think. Before we get into today's video, guys, do not forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications if you want more content like this.
Please.
So as you may remember, I came out as bisexual last year. And since then, I have been dating women. And what I found very fascinating is that the more I date women, the more I find myself understanding heterosexual men. Let me explain. Exhibit A. I was on a first date with a girl who asked me out, by the way. This is relevant because when the check came, she never once made a move to pay. Not even like the fake, let me reach for my purse.
That is a common issue, topic of discussion when it comes to just dating in general.
Men, women, men and men, women and women relationship, everyone has to deal with this. Who's gonna pay for the check when the check comes?
Yeah.
So with me, I feel like it just really all depends. It's all based on circumstance. I think that if you are initially dating someone as a man, this is my personal opinion, and you ask a girl out for a date, then it is your job to pay for the meal. Or if she asks you out to dinner, then it could be a different situation. But I feel like as a man, if you ask a woman, hey, look, you should go out with me sometime. Let's go out to dinner. Let me take you out to dinner. Let me take you out to dinner. When you use that phrase, let me take you out to dinner.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. What do you expect?
The person who's initiating the date should pay for the first date.
Okay.
But then the other person on that date should always at least say, hey, you want to split the bill, or I could cover the tip, whatever, just to be respectful, just to show that you have some sort of class, some manners. I think so. I don't think it should all be on one person. You know, just a mere suggestion of, hey, if you want, I could cover the tip, or I can split this half with you. That's fine. It's no harm at all. It just shows that you have manners and kind of go from there.
I agree.
And though I don't mind paying on a date, part of me felt like, the offer would have been nice. I was also a little taken aback that she didn't even say thank you. And I never heard from her again. It really made me feel like
So, okay. I can't speak from experience because I don't do that. And I'm not like a serial dater at all whatsoever. I'm really different, but I have friends who are frequently like on Tinder or Hinge or, those types of apps.
Professional daters, basically.
Professional daters. And I kid you not, they would actually say, oh my gosh, I'm hungry. I need to get dinner tonight. Let me get on this app and get dressed and stuff.
That is sad.
And it is absolute garbage. Like, I actually had to ditch him at some point because I was like, man, you guys are trash people.
Jeez.
For using people like that, knowing that I have a full-time job and I make decent money and stuff like that, I'm a little prideful in that sense. But I know people who legit just go to dates just to get dinner for the night.
Just asked me out so she could have a free dinner. And the moment I thought that, I was like, oh my God, I sound like all of my guy friends right now. And my argument against why guys should pay for dates has always been like, look, girls take hours to get ready. Our investment is looking really nice for you. Makeup, clothes, that costs money too. But we were both girls.
What? This was her opinion at one point.
Yeah.
That her investment into the date was looking nice for us. So you know what? Guys, all the guys out there, no more haircuts. We're not doing haircuts. We're not going to, moisturize our face or put chapstick on. We're not doing none of that.
It's a BS excuse, honestly. I mean, it's true. We do take a lot of time and effort to put, to get ourselves ready for you and to look nice. Sometimes it does cost us money. We're like rushing to a store that day to just, look spiffy for you. But it shouldn't justify, I'm basically going to rob you of a date. Like,
my thing is that who are you really looking spiffy for? Are you really looking spiffy for us or for yourself?
Yeah.
Right? Because if we weren't there and you're just going to come out the house looking like a crazy person, if you're going out to a public place, let's say you're going out to dinner with your girls.
Yeah.
And we've seen this before, right, guys? You see your girl or a group of girls out to dinner, having some kind of friends event or whatever, and they all look nice. A lot of us have met our future girlfriend at these kind of situations where a bunch of girls are in a group together doing their thing.
Yeah.
Every time you see them, how do they look? Typically,
amazing.
They look amazing and look nice at that moment, right? That means they don't do it for us.
Because women dress for women.
It's not for us, guys. Do not allow them to use that excuse on you.
And you know what, too, though? Like, the rare times that I went out on dates, this is how bad I am. Because to me, dating is like such a waste of time. And I'm the type of person, I just don't have time to like invest in a stranger like that. Like I just don't give two craps, to be honest with you. But like the rare times that I went out on a date, and I only did that because of peer pressure, my friends saying like, you have to do this, blah, 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 is I would literally tell the guy like, let's just keep it casual. Let's just go to the park, get some ice cream, get a freaking hot dog. Yeah. And that's about it. And at the end of the night, I might not even probably like you. I'd rather just meet you at a public place, at a park during the daytime or something like that. Just something super cash at like a cafe. We'll talk, hash it out, and go from there. Like later in the dates, we can do something much more substantial, really nice restaurants, whatever. But it shouldn't be that way in the beginning. Men, this is where I feel like you can screw yourself over, is by taking women out on like $300 steak dinners and stuff like that.
That's nuts.
On the first date.
That's crazy.
On a stranger you don't know.
Y'all wild out here, man.
That might literally just be there for food.
Exactly.
Exhibit B. On another date, I went back to a girl's house and I ended up making friends with her cat. That's not a pun. I'm talking about her literal actual animal. And she said, wow,
that's
my
hilarious.
cat never likes anyone. I better go out and buy a wedding dress.
Well, okay. Let's talk about this. Guy, girl, non-binary, whatever. You don't say stuff like that to people.
You gotta chill.
What I mean is that there is a balance, and you have to be introspective as a person. And in my experience, I have met a lot of people who are really quick to kind of jump the gun.
They jump that gun, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just because they are responding emotionally. They like that instant gratification that they're getting, that instant comfort that they're getting. That's a very addictive feeling, rather than, really getting to know people. Because people, as you guys know, we're complicated. We come with great things. We come with issues. We come with all sorts of things. And you got to investigate all of that.
Well, not just knowing people, knowing yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And you have to understand and be open and honest. Like, hey, I'm like this, but I also have these aspects of me as well. FYI. You know what I'm saying?
Just so you know.
You just got to have a balance there. So,
I agree.
Listen, I'm no dating expert, whatever, but just be careful, folks.
These are all opinions.
I have been guilty of making these kinds of jokes on dates with men. I never really thought anything of it. I was just being silly. But then when I was on the receiving end of it, I suddenly understood the panic. And finally, Exhibit C. One girl invited me back into her house, and her specific words were, "Do you want to come in and make out?" Obviously, I'm like, "Yeah, you're really pretty. I want to press my face to yours." But then when we got there, we both just sat on the couch and she talked till like 3 a.m. And I was like, "Yo, girl, I'm gonna wake up at like 6 a.m. I was told there would be kisses here. There are no kisses." And like, look, I don't want to sound like an asshole. Like, I don't mind talking. I love talking. But she could have said, "Do you want to come in and just talk?" And I would have had totally different expectations for the evening. Finally I started falling asleep and I was like, "Hey, I gotta go." And I gave her one kiss and left. And I felt sad that the amount of kisses promised did not equal the amount of kisses delivered.
You are canceled. You're canceled for even thinking like that, okay? You're out of here. We're done with you. This is actually a really, really common issue that comes up. We hear a lot about this.
Yeah.
But look, I want to be very clear on my stance on this, just straight out the gate so you guys know what I think, okay? Your body, your choice. You are allowed to make any decisions that you want with your body because it's your body. If you end up in a situation like this and at some point you decide that you change your mind, that you want something different, it is your prerogative to not only make that clear, but for the other person involved, the other party involved, to respect that and keep it moving. I mean, it is what it is.
No, absolutely. But I also get where she's coming from, too. You have to think about what you're saying, right? You have to understand the types of words that you're using. So if you're being very upfront and you're saying something like, "Hey, want to come in and make out," just know you set that expectation up for this other person.
Yeah.
And then when the opposite happens, that person is feeling kind of let down.
Yeah.
So I think what needs to happen, like, let's say that scenario played out a little differently. She goes in, they start talking, the girl feels kind of not ready to do that, then just simply say, "You know what? I changed my mind."
Yeah, I'm not feeling this.
Yeah.
And look, as a guy, you should be able to respect that. Here's the thing. Have some pride about yourself, man. Like, look, okay, so you took her out to dinner. She's been flirty all dinner. She's actually come back to the place to hang out, whatever. And she's insinuating all kinds of, potential physical contact that you might like, right? And then she says, "Man, I'm getting tired." Here's the thing. Have some pride about yourself. Look, think about how pathetic it is to be in that kind of situation. Like, "Oh, no, come on, girl. Like, what's wrong with you, bro? Like, keep it." Matter of fact, if you had any pride, what you do is you immediately get up, you close the door, and you delete her number. Like, that's what you do. Like, if you have some pride, keep it moving.
Exactly.
Now, look, every situation is unique. So, just because someone is acting a certain kind of way and changing their mind doesn't mean that they're not worthy of your time or worthy of dating. But if you're really that upset because you're not getting what you thought that you were promised or what you feel like she had been insinuating all night,
then you have some things to work on.
You could just leave. What I'm saying is that's fine, but you can leave. Leave, never call her again, and be that guy.
And keep it moving.
But don't be a weirdo. Don't be rapey.
Push.
Like, come on, man, relax. It's not that serious. Just go.
That's never okay. So.
Yeah.
And once again, I felt like a dude who was upset that I did not receive the expected physical kisses I was promised. And I wanted to talk about this because I felt like this has really been expanding my perspective when it comes to dating. I finally understand a lot of the complaints my male friends have about dating that I admit I would usually dismiss. But now I really get it when they say, "Dating is just so expensive, man."
Sometimes I feel like a girl doesn't even like me for me. She just wants, like, a boyfriend.
I wish it were more socially expected to go Dutch on the first few dates, but you're like a jerk if you even suggest it.
I think the problem is like now this whole thing with dating is so associated with taking someone out to dinner.
Yeah.
You immediately go right to money. I think the first thing you do is like, let me spend money on you.
Yeah.
It's the first expectation that you have. I think that there's a lot more creative ways that you can kind of get to know somebody without taking them on a date where I have to spend money right away.
Yeah, I've even had, like, when I was in the dating scene, which I barely was. But when I was in the dating scenes, the guys would be like, so what do you like? Like, you know, I was like, honestly, if we could just go ice skating and get nachos, I would be fine. And they would be like, really? And
that actually sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
It's not even like a boring date. Like taking someone ice skating, even if you don't know how to ice skate, it's interesting, it's fun. Taking somebody rock climbing, these are dates that are not extremely expensive. And in my opinion, I feel like when you take someone to go do something that's fun, but not expensive, so it doesn't kill your pocket, when that part of the date is over and you say, hey, you want to go get something to eat? They typically are not going to expect you to take them to some super fancy dinner because they're in rock climbing clothes.
Right. You know, just know what you're doing, the scenario that you're going to put yourself in. Try and be introspective in the scenario that you're about to be in and what you're setting up as far as expectations for the next person. You know what I'm saying? So just be smart.
Good advice. Hope you guys enjoyed this video.
Bye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed that video. If so, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, make sure you follow us on our Twitter at WatchKata, and you can leave suggestions for new videos on there. Ciao!